Hello, I'm a little behind on making videos. I appreciate the gentleman who commented on one of my videos about, hey, what do these boats do when they're loaded down? And that triggered me to remember that I have a video. Actually, something I was really excited about. You're gonna see in one of these other videos, I talk about this being more of like a purpose-built boat, but one of the things that I did want to accomplish with this boat is I wanted to get this boat to 100 with power poles on it, loaded out to fish, all that kind of stuff. And the yellow boat I never got around to doing that. I had the power poles on for a while. I put the 300R on, chased all sorts of hole shot things with that, and never ended up putting the power poles back on it. Well, never putting the poles back on it to clip 100 with it. So I wanted to do that in this boat, and I wanted to do that in this boat with the poles up. For those that don't know, I designed a bracket that folds, locks it in place. And so historically, I'd always run, even if I was switching spots and I was going fast, it took not even a minute, probably 10 seconds to flip both poles, lock them down in place and run. And then if I was going to use them again, I'd flip them back up. And so I ran with that on the yellow boat for a long time. And then, like I said, I got the 300R on that boat, chased some hole shot stuff, got rid of the poles for a while, and then ended up selling them. Got this boat, put the power poles back on. One of the things that I really wanted to do in this boat was I wanted this setup really to do two things. I wanted to be able to fold them, but I also wanted to be able to remove the power poles quickly if I wasn't going to use them. Fish pretty much two different areas here. One, these things are worthless. It's just too deep to even think about using them. And then I fish local lakes and stuff like that where they're super shallow and I'm fishing grass and weeds and stuff like that, and I use them nonstop. And so I wanted to be able to just pull them. And so one of the great things the power pole did, I think, some people may love it, some people may hate it, but I like the single pump design because what the single pump design allowed me to do is change the way I put the poles on the boat. And so in this boat, I designed a couple things, 3D printed up some stuff and made some brackets. And I have the pump mounted center, so I can just pull the whole thing as an assembly. And so that's what you see here, is I can just pull each pole. It's 2 bolts. I have a stand made up for them. I throw them on the stand, and it takes me about maybe 5 minutes to put the poles on or take the poles off. And so sometimes if I know I'm not going to be someplace where I even care about using them, I'll just pull them off for a week or two and then put them on. Sometimes I'll put them on for the day and take them off at night. And, it's just that easy. Yeah, they're a little bit on the heavy side, but that isn't that big of a deal. So, but what I wanted to do was clip 100 with the poles up. And so that's what you're going to see. It took a while finally to get this boat really settled in and running fast. But once I did, that's the video we're going to see here. So enjoy. All right, there we go. So yeah, I get excited. It took a while to finally do that. Like I said, I started this video with I don't always have the poles on, And often what I do, I'm just completely loaded down or just don't really care about what it's going to do with them. So had the opportunity, had the poles on. Like I said, I got the boat really dialed in. I threw the 34 P4. So right now what you see is the 32 P4 on the boat because we're out chasing big stuff. And but what did I have on that day? I had the 34 P4 on, the big brother to this, but I also had the gear case swapped out. I was running the 1.75 gear case, and pretty much all summer that's what I'll run. And so 1.75 gears, 34 P4, and made the magic happen. Power poles. I think in the video you see the fishing poles all over the front deck, and boat is loaded down. So it finally did it. I think clearly if you're watching some of these videos, you see the boat putting up some much better numbers now. I know if I were to take it out this time of year, I'd push that number probably pretty good. But really my goal was to go out and hit 100 with it with the poles up running, and did that. So I was pretty excited about it. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Take care.